Whenever you try to find out how to do lighting for your scene or shot, or maybe you are trying to learn about lighting, you end up with every video telling the same thing, and after watching hours of content, you may produce something that you don't like. Believe me, you did nothing wrong about that.
What?
But the problem is, you have only learned the technical side of it, like reading one chapter of a book and then going for an exam and failing. It doesn't matter what you do: CG, VFX, live action, photography, and even painting. Lights and compositions are very important parts that really showcase your work, and better lighting makes your work more appealing. So, the question is, why do some things look appealing? One short answer is pattern. This word is everything for any great artwork. We are humans and we evolve with pattern reading tricks. If anybody sees anything, their eyes try to find a pattern in it. Maybe you don't realize while looking at that, but you are seeing a pattern, your eyes and mindset looking for it. For example, all of the composition technique you see or read, like rule of thirds, golden spiral, frame horizon, diagonal lines, and so on, they all are different kind of patterns. I guess you understand that I'm talking about patterns, not repetition. Another example for considering lighting is the light rig from Road to Perdition, which is used in many other sequences as a reference.
Look at him, look at him.
Okay.
Look at it.
Good night.
If you look at this frame and try to analyze its lighting and frame composition, you will understand a pattern. Look at the vertical of the frame, the sharp cut between shadows and light, then shadows, then a subtle appearance of light. Now for the horizontal, look for the same pattern: shadows, then light, and again shadows. There are two practical lights which are helping us to only see in between them, which is the main character's emotion. And another thing is, if you match the perspective, both of the practical lights are in straight line and placed at the starting of shadows.
2,000 years later.
We are not finished yet. There's also counter charge, which is popular trick used in lighting, which alternates shadows and light areas. Not only in movies and photos, but even classical paintings, there's a big pattern of light and shadows. It doesn't matter that the pattern is created within lighting and composition. It can be anything like building, nature, star, and maybe some random object. If you want to understand more about it, you should give a shot to Gestalt theory. There's nothing new in Gestalt theory. When you read it, you will get to know that you already understand all of them. Maybe you think that Gestalt theory is only for graphic designers and related to them, but look at Pixar movies. Not only Pixar, but a lot of directors and photographers utilize Gestalt theory principles in their movies and images.
Meanwhile,
There's a lot to tell about patterns and how to analyze, utilize, and use them, but in another video. The second important thing after patterns is colors. Colors are basically a different amount of energy of light. You probably learned that in high school, and different amount of energy evoke different feelings. I'm not talking about colors having personalities like red means danger, pink is for girls, green means nature. This is bullshit. If somebody tells you that, give him a punch from my side. I'm talking about when different amount of energy of light hit, they feel different. For example, red light energy is very high, so it can evoke energetic feelings like anger, celebration, excitement, and so on. Here's
Pause.
Robert Plutchik.
wheel of emotion, which says a lot about that. But what if I tell you that Pixar broke
Again. Pause.
Robert Plutchik.
wheel. As I tell you in this video, we are artists and we made the rules and broke them as we wanted. In this movie, Inside Out, they inverted the colors of fear and disgust, and we didn't feel anything awkward about that. Maybe because at the end, colors are your own choice of art, but it doesn't mean that you paint grass with blue and sky with green.
Again.
There's one more exception about painting green in sky, which is in Lego Batman.
Gremlins, dismantle that plane now.
Ugly monsters on Earth.
Padre?
Not now, kid. God, I got my hands full.
You will see a green tint in volumetrics in a nighttime situation, and I'm pretty sure you didn't realize that if you watched the movie. But why? This is because of the type of stylization you are aiming for. Imagine doing this in Minions or maybe in Soul. Then you may ask that this can only happen in animated movies, but for non-animated you can do such thing in sci-fi, fiction and maybe in horror movies, but not in real world based movies. The third important topic, which I think is color space, doesn't apply to painting. Look at this graph. This is the ultimate graph of popular color spaces for digital screen. Most color display have color spaces for sRGB or Record 709, which are very much at the same. The problem with sRGB color space is that it covers very small portion of the color graph area. Then there's raw color spaces like Adobe RGB, NTSC, DCI-P3, Record 2020, ACES and a lot more, which are used in cameras, editing, rendering and movie theaters. These raw color spaces covers a very much large area in the graph. So when your artwork stays in raw, you like it very much, but as soon as you see it without the raw file viewer, it looks weird. Because when high space colors don't know where to fit in lower space, they obviously act weird. So watch out for your color spaces, make them for a sRGB as final output. I know everybody doesn't like to listen and read these kind of theories. You may get bored, and if you read or watch them, you may forget all of this in 1 hour. But believe me, you will remember when you need them. This is a small piece of information. There's a lot to tell about, and these are like main chapters, and there's lot of subtopics which I will try to cover in upcoming videos. Check out for more videos on lighting, and that's it for today, and stay tuned with me.